The harder you grind, the bigger your dream. The harder you grind, the bigger your dream. The harder you grind, the bigger your dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger your dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. Harder you grind, bigger you dream. And I'm here with a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hey everybody, I'm Aaliyah, also known as WrapHighness. How y'all doing? Checking in.
How are you feeling today?
It is lovely. I have no complaints.
Yeah, I know the sun is shining, so we should too.
Spring is coming.
Yeah, it's here.
It's here.
It's here.
Know, a couple days ago it wasn't here because we saw that snow. I know y'all saw it.
Weird weather in the DMV.
It's crazy. We getting all the seasons.
Yeah.
I'm not
all in one, right?
All in one in a week. We done had it all.
Weird rain and then it don't rain again and then it's hot. It's humid. Ugh.
Have you seen the cherry blossoms?
Cherry Blossom Festival.
Have you seen it?
No,
I went down there a few days ago. They were beautiful. I had to pop my Zyrtex, allergy season's here, but they were beautiful.
Yeah. That's all right, though. That's all right, though. So how is everything? How is business?
Business is going amazing. So I just created this new bond and I had to get a patent and license and, find out that whole process. And I finally finished it. So I'm getting ready to launch that soon, and I'm getting ready to meet with a marketing team at Target to try to get it in stores. So everything is just really going so well with WrapHighness. Like, I'm putting all my effort into this, and everything is just really starting to grow for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, as a baby though, right? The idea and why you wanted to start WrapHighness, like, what was the why behind it, the calling behind it? What did you see where it's like, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of me in this?
Yeah.
And do me. What was that moment for you?
So WrapHighness, honestly, it was kind of brought to me by multiple people. Everyone always came to me to fix their hair wraps. Every time someone came to school wearing a wrap, they always come to me, hey, can you help me? Hey, this. And then when I had my daughter, I wanted her to start wearing hair wraps, like even as a baby, to match all her little outfits. So it just kind of developed from that. It's like a hobby and a lifestyle because I've worn wraps my whole life to, this being this amazing business, So it really was people, coming to me asking for help that made me just go, I can do this.
For sure.
And I did it.
Yeah, normally it's the people that, pour into you or see, sprinkle a little something, and they want you to sprinkle a little bit more, so I just think that it's like, okay, cool, might as well, right?
Yeah.
So, with it, what did you, learn, like, off rip, like, okay, WrapHighness is here.
Yeah.
I'm here. What's next?
I had to learn really my placement in the rap game because there's a lot of head wraps, all around. But I had to figure out what made WrapHighness different, what made it special. And finding that niche for me is what really kept everything, solid. And I was like, what, I can do this. Adding like satin lining because with African American hair, satin is so essential for our hair because cotton breaks our hair off. It really does. So lining things with like satin and even silk, it helped me stand out with my business and really pushed it forward. And it really went well. Like, I got great feedback. I got great support. And I really just learned how to put myself in it. Everything that I make, I wear. And if I know I won't wear it, I'm not going to sell it,
For sure.
I got to own it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, the grind is real. I'm saying the grind does, it takes time, it takes effort, energy, and all that. So networking, right? I think networking is the biggest thing. In this day and age, what does networking look like if we were to define it?
Hard work. Going out there, putting the footwork in. It's not always just social media. Social media is a big thing. It's definitely a big thing. It will bring in the attention you need, but it's not going to necessarily bring in those numbers, which brings in that income you need. You gotta put your work in. So now, since spring is here, I'm doing more pop-up shops, doing vending events. But just really putting the work in, meeting people. You have to meet people face to face. Sliding in DMs is cool, but you got to meet up with people. You got to talk, you got to connect with people. And just trying to be out there as much as you can. Different events, even if it's not necessarily in your field, go to different social events because you never know who's going to be there. I love going to Eventbrite and finding things in like the DMV area, little day parties or things like that, and networking.
Yeah, because you never know, right?
Never know.
And you got to, never be afraid to learn. I think that's a very, very important too, because sometimes we feel like, man, we got all the information. I don't need to go to nobody. Like, what you talking about? Like, I got this. I'm good. But you never know what another person may know, and they'd be willing to share it with you as well.
You got to speak too.
Yeah.
You got to. Closed mouths do not get fed.
They don't.
Remember that.
All you're gonna do is starve.
That's it.
And that's not good.
Ever.
Because you're gonna have to eat and build your table.
Gotta survive.
Gotta survive.
Gotta talk. Gotta know people.
For sure. So why do you think that we get a lot of backlash with the 9-to-5 and entrepreneur thing? Because I feel like that's like a whole nother conversation with itself. And it's like, I really came to the space where it's really nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
You have a dream or something like that, you have to fuel that dream. You have to put the gas in the car, so that way it can get, you need to go where you need to go.
Right, right.
So I think that it's very, very important. So why do you think it's a lot of stigma and friction, when it comes to like 9-to-5 and entrepreneurship?
Honestly, I think a lot of people believe 9-to-5 people are settled. They're content. They don't see that. There's nothing wrong with having that security. It's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of things I think people view with entrepreneurs is that as soon as you start a business, you're going to become a millionaire. This is the route to go. This is the thing to do. And it's not that easy. Like, I have a 9-to-5 and I have my own business because I need to fuel my business as well, Because with business, you have slow days, you have busy days. It fluctuates. 9-to-5 is secure, So it's nothing wrong with 9-to-5. People do give them, a bad rep. And I don't understand why. There's nothing wrong with security. It's okay. I like 9-to-5s, but I do like the flexibility of my business of being able to control my own schedule. But the thing about that is, when you're an entrepreneur, there's no clock in, clock out. It's 24/7. It's 365. You are your business. In a 9-to-5, after 5, it's your thing, But with an entrepreneur, you gotta love what you do because again, you can't clock out.
Yeah. I agree. You gotta love it. Because if you don't love it, then you just not gonna like it, and you're not gonna feed it the right things.
Yeah,
you're not gonna feed it the right things. And I think that a lot of us, may want to start a business, don't know how to, but in that 9-to-5 space, you better learn everything that you can learn. Absolutely. Because customer service is very, very important, right? I feel like in order to be a boss or become a boss, you have to be a hard worker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that goes unsaid a lot, because a lot of people are like, man, well, I can pick up this job, I can do whatever it is I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna trip, I ain't gonna stress, whatever. But then it's like you in the entrepreneur space, then it's like, oh yeah, I run this. Then it's like, how do I attract people to want to, be a part of my brand or
believe
company,
in your brand,
believe in the organization, whatever it is that you do, right?
Yep.
So it's like it transcends. So I feel like it does go hand in hand, because what you learn at the 9-to-5, you apply that into the business and then, pave it forward.
Especially customer service, because you're going to deal with a lot of different type of customers as you're an entrepreneur. Like, it's you meet some people, and having that background, of a 9-to-5, of knowing how to talk, how to de-escalate situations, things that you only learn, when you're having a 9-to-5, it really plays a huge role when you have a business, because you learn certain management skills that you can bring forth in your business. You learn, gosh, you just learn something. I'm thinking anything I learned. Like, I learned money management. I learned customer care. I also learned how to deal with coworkers. So in my business, I have people that I do work with. And learning how to properly communicate with them to get things done, I wouldn't have really learned if I didn't work with such a vast amount of people at my previous job. Because everyone learns different, everyone comprehends different. So just learning how to adapt to everybody, so everyone's on the same, ball and everything's rolling. You get that from a 9-to-5, and you can really apply it to your own business. So that way, when you're jumping out there, you're already at a good start, You have a solid foundation.
Yeah, and that foundation part is very, very important. I think that, as you continue to navigate and, you know, see things, explore things, experiment, what I learned along the way is just like how to talk to people, right? You got to communicate. Communication is key, right? And then that impression, right? And this notion of perception, like you're in control. Like you're the author of your own story. You're the author of whatever you do. It's just waiting on, like, if you see an empty book and a pen, it's up to you to write something.
Yeah, write it.
You know what I'm saying? So I think at the end of the day, we see things and we get derailed by, you know, social media, the what ifs, the how to on how to do something, and we fall in love with the finish line that we don't even start or want to.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to navigate social media, and what are you realizing about social media now as compared to when you first, you know, started?
Yeah. So one main platform that I was reluctant originally was TikTok. I was like, you know what? I'm at that age where I don't want to learn anything else new. Like, I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got Snapchat. I was on Twitter, but I fell off of Twitter. But I was so reluctant to TikTok. And then once I got into it and my niece, like, taught me how to work it, it has brought so much traffic to my business. You know, and thinking about with traffic, it helps expand your network, social network. You know, nothing against foot traffic, but it helps expand your social network, and you can connect with a lot of people that can be essential to your business. So I'm doing, you know, different reels. I'm learning the dances. I'm doing the voiceovers. I'm doing all that stuff on TikTok, and it's fun. You know, it brings light to your business, and it also helps educate people. So I've been able to show people how to rap on TikTok. You know, and then from that, people have been telling me, you know, do YouTube. So because of those comments on TikTok, I created a YouTube channel. Whereas though before, when I was reluctant, I would have never even thought about branching off to YouTube, you know, to make these tutorials that people really, really love. And through those tutorials, they'll buy raps, you know, they're asking questions. And we're really making, like, connections with people. So definitely say TikTok was one of those things that I was like, at first, but now I'm like, we doing TikTok right now? Can we do one right now? I love it.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I think for me, you know, just being transparent, like with social media, like I know, like Facebook, Twitter, IG, like I had to realize that, you know, IG is a tool.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how could you use this tool? Like, what do you mean by a tool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you'll post things just to post things.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, okay, nah, like, now let me just create this formula. And when I realized, like, the motivational videos, like, from July 5th, 2020, like, up until now, it's just been, like, nothing but consistent. Like, from Monday to Sunday, you'll see it, right? And it's like, boom, 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 boom.
And we love seeing it.
Right?
Let me just add that.
Then
We love
like,
it.
Then it's like, all right, cool. Then I got into the real space. And then when I got into the real space, I'm like, wait, this is challenging, right? So it's like, all right, cool, boom, I did a reel. And I'm like, all right. But then I realized, like, you can engage more with the reels because it's like, it's short, it's sweet, it gets to the point.
Yep.
All right, I get my message. But I feel like what it's challenging me to do is be more profound, as in, like, all right, okay, cool, like, you got X amount of time to reach X amount of people. Or what is it that you really want to say? Like, what is the tail end of your speech, your message, what it is that you want for the people? Yeah. And what I realized is, like, I just kept going. I just put them out there. Just kept going. So as I kept going, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. And I just realized over time, like, this is the traffic of it. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, I'm in the space. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling rejuvenated. And I know that, okay, it's influential because, like, I never would have thought I'd be in this place right now because of the consistency and the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even really acknowledge, you know, celebrating the small wins, right?
Yeah.
But it was a lot that went on in that process, and I had to stay through.
And it does teach you how to get your point across in a short amount of time. Because most people have a quick, you know, attention span. So the thing that it does teach you low key is how to get your message across, you know, real quick, grab the audience attention, but make them want more.
For sure.
You know, and that's what you want. You want them to keep coming back, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because once you put it out there, it's like, it's whatever. So I just realized, like, because at first it was, I'm not going to lie, like, the pandemic had really challenged, you know, like, a lot of people. And for me, it was just like a reset, a revamp, and refocus, as in, like, the transformation. Because, you know, for, you know, people out there, it's like, okay, what's next? And I've always told myself, like, what's next? So I wrote, Grind Hard, Dream Big in a notebook back in 2014. Then I revisited it, and I'm like, okay, I'm writing this and saying this a lot. So it's like, this is not accidental. This is,
this
is on purpose behind it. So it's
Yep.
like, all right, cool, this is what I'm going to call it. And this is a motto, it's a lifestyle. And that's what I want people to, realize and see. Like, conversations matter, your voice matters. It's a lot to talk about, and we have to, guide, attend, and motivate and educate our people.
Absolutely.
So why not create a platform in doing that, to share that with other people, to let people know that, they're important too.
See, we need kings like you. We need kings like you out here, really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Nah, seriously, because I think it's not talked about enough. And, we all dealing with things, when it comes to, like, anxiety, depression. It's things that are, like, real and so surreal. You're like, oh, my gosh, like, you look so perfect. You look like everything is so together. But it's like, little do you know, like, it took a lot to do this. It took a lot of energy and effort and time. So I think that's what people don't realize either. You don't got to be perfect to be amazing.
No, there's no such thing as perfect either. Take that whole concept of perfection out of your mind. We're all working towards perfection, but it's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
Just
so
keep grinding.
What are some things that kind of like derail us and like bring us apart that you feel like, okay, well, we just need to get better at? Like,
comparison. I think comparing ourselves to other is like a serious Achilles heels that we have. We're always looking at other people like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that, and we're not realizing what it took for them to get there. We just see the outcome.
Right.
And where we're at, and we're like, well, I don't have that. Not realizing the work they had to put in to get that. So I think we shouldn't compare ourselves to others, instead of comparing ourselves to who we were the day before. I'm better than who I was yesterday.
Right.
And who I am today, I want to be better tomorrow. So I think just worrying more about yourself and your own growth and not worrying so much about others around you will definitely play a big influence on, keeping ourselves together, especially as a whole. I feel like that's why so much hate that's going on, especially in the DMV area. Everybody, wants to take from others instead of just focusing on them. What makes you great?
Right.
Because even if you take something from someone else, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Right.
If I steal your light, it doesn't mean it's going to shine on me.
Right.
Just.
Nah, I agree. And I think that, we all have light to shine, right?
Yeah.
And I think that situations come and we feel like it's dimmed. We feel like it's dark, right?
Yeah.
But it's like we have to find ways to keep going. Like, in the DMV culture, it's the pride, the ego, crabs in the mentality mindset, right? That's already been installed, from back in the day to like up to now.
Right now.
And what's going on. And, losing a lot of good people, talented people.
Yeah.
We have so much talent that, there's no way that, all this should be going on as far as like the trauma and what everybody's dealing with because, it's kind of a small place, right?
Where super tiny.
Either everybody knows of the person, has a relationship with the person, seen them before, whatever like that, or seen them out and about, but never probably said hi, hello, whatever.
Right.
So, just introducing yourself to somebody too, where it's like, okay, this entitlement thing is really, something that is troublesome.
I do, and I feel like that entitlement is a lot of the younger generations, unfortunately. I feel like they're born with this entitlement to them, so it makes them hard to be more humble, and I feel like that also plays a factor in things, just learn to be humble a little bit more, and learning to reach out to people, and just speaking to people, asking questions. It's no such thing as a stupid question. If you want to know how to, be a producer, go find a producer and just talk to him.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not going to hurt you.
Like, we cannot be stuck on the fact that we do not want to be willing to learn.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, it's an information age now. Like, things are being more simplified, right?
Yeah.
And, like, everything is evolving. So, like, everything around you is evolving. So, it's like you have to make those adjustments. And I think, we're at a place in time now where you have to be cool with being uncomfortable, right?
Absolutely.
So I
That's
think
the
it's
only
just
way
like
you'll
being
grow.
pushing, yourself to do something, above and beyond.
Yeah.
Because I have to tell myself, like, to go above and beyond requires what?
Uncomfortableness.
Yeah, being uncomfortable. Like, I don't feel like doing this, okay?
Yeah.
But what you don't want to do, you have to do
Yeah.
in order to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of us want to go to the next level. And we upgrade. It's crazy how we may upgrade, because I know for me personally, I could just, say fall a victim to it.
Yeah.
Upgrading materials as opposed to, like, your mindset. Now I'm realizing, like, your situation will not change unless your mindset does.
Absolutely.
Because we think that, okay, it's the do-all, end-all, like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? But it's just a challenge that, God is putting, you can get through this.
He tested
And
strong
he's
as
just testing you,
soldiers.
too.
Yep.
For sure.
And even with the whole era of, technology, I feel like it's so much easier to learn things now. It's almost no excuse to be ignorant. If you have a phone, you know the answer. It used to have to be you got to go to a library. You got to look up this book. You go, go through the encyclopedia. You have to do all these things to find out information. Everything you want to know is on your phone.
Right.
Literally,
sure.
and it's just using the tools and resources that you have to get to where you want to go. So don't fall victim to things. Use that as empowering. Find the resources you need and keep going.
For sure.
That's it.
I mean, it's not meant, like I said, I know having a business, isn't for everybody. So, like, I want people to realize also that, it's okay, but to also, keep in mind of, why you do the things you do, right? Because I think that intention is important, alignment is important,
Yeah.
Does it weigh heavy to you, right? Does it really matter to you? Because I think you start winning in life when you start proving yourself wrong as opposed to other people
Yeah.
wrong, right? And I think that, this notion of competition, right?
Yep.
Where I found myself, derailed at, where it was like, okay, well, yeah, Jay, you putting out this motivation, but somebody else is doing it just like that, or, man, they got more traction than you. They doing this, but you need to do that. It's like, you're not wearing my shoes, so you're not about to tie my laces. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I think at the same time, stop expecting you from other people.
Yes.
And the only expectations you need to put are on yourself.
Yes.
So I think that's the hard thing. And I constantly remind myself that too. Because it's like you can't be everybody's superhero unless you was yours first. Right?
You have to be your own cheerleader.
For sure.
You have to. And everything isn't for everybody. I met this lady. She was amazing. She wanted to start her own business. And she tried and it didn't work. And we found out that she was actually amazing when it came to marketing and really good at putting the pieces together. She just couldn't execute it herself. And I was like, you know what? Your gift is behind the scenes. And now she's helping people open stores. Like, when she found out what she really was good at, she took off. Because a business just wasn't for her. But creating a business for other people, perfect lane.
For sure.
She's
amazing.
amazing.
That's what you gotta do. Like, that's what I feel like. That's what is essential, right? Because it's like sometimes you just gotta know your role.
That's
I think
it.
that that's big too. How can you add value to situations, right? Like, how can I help you? I had a conversation with someone, and we were talking about, like, just the notion of, like, assistance and just understanding your value and adding value to, whatever it is you got going on.
Yeah.
Because once you start adding the value, it will increase and you'll see it. It's just like taking it day by day. And the way that you approach people too. Because, sometimes we enter situations where it's like, okay, what can I gain from this?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like, all right, bet, personal gain. But one thing with community, personal gain will never win because it's about community. It's bigger than you.
Yes, it's not self. That's not self.
It's not self.
Yep.
And that's what I'm also learning too in these spaces and doing this work. Having this platform and building something, I'm realizing that this is allowing me to network in different spaces and add value in the different spaces because of, what is drawing people in, which is, someone who's consistent, motivated, inspired
Relatable.
to make a difference and also be relatable too. Because being who I needed when I was younger is very, very important to me. Because I ain't had that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my foundation as far as, like family, my mom, my dad, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, and cousins for sure. But what I see is the disconnect now with the youth and the lack thereof, whether it be the, you know, the support, somebody that really wants to hear them out, have a conversation,
Yeah.
and things like that. So, you know, for me to be in the space, somebody that they can relate to, you know, gravitating towards that energy and like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a human being. Like,
I'm a human. Yeah.
I'm a human. Like, I'm gonna draw this picture. It may not be the perfect picture, but I'm gonna still draw.
I'm gonna
it,
still
though.
draw it. I'm gonna
You know
still
what I'm saying?
try.
You feel
And we
me?
need people who are even outside of our families that, you know, are mentors to us and help us grow and develop. Because, you know, family is good, but you can't always necessarily relate to family, you know, when you're outside and you're trying to get things done. So having someone that you can rely on is really important for your growth and development, especially for the youth. You know, that's why I love the Brother Sisters program, you know, at the Boys and Girls Club. It's really important because they need outside sources that are positive, you know, that are
For
really
sure.
supportive to them, because especially when they're at that adolescent age and those teenage years where they're trying to, you know, define themselves and find, you know, their way in society, they need that outside support. It's essential. It's essential, especially with how catastrophic things are going nowadays. We can see where the disconnect is with the kids. They don't have people. They don't have that support that they need. Yeah, they have a mom, but mom probably works. Yeah, they have a dad, but dad may not be in the household. Well, who do they have? They need somebody. They need to be able to go into a safe space and vent, you know, because they learn to put on these personas that might not even be who they really are, but they've developed that as like a safety mechanism. You know, and now they're out here making reckless decisions because they just didn't have that help, that, you know, that safe space to just talk, judgment free. You know, so it's very important that everyone take their opportunity to be to another child who they needed
Right.
when they were growing up.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
be that person for them.
Yeah, because like it's a lot of characteristics that fall in line with things like, you know, being hard-headed, being stuck in your way, having pride, having ego issues,
Yeah.
having anger issues, things like that. You have to find, you know, safe ways to cope with it. And I know one thing for me, where I realized a dramatic difference for myself is, you know, reading books and journaling. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just like me, my journal, and God. That's
Yeah.
all I have. And, you know, I'm just sitting there journaling, writing away,
Yeah.
you know, what it is, you know, how I'm feeling. Oh, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm mad, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I'm super duper excited today. You know, things like that. But I'm able to have, you know, something and somewhere to express
Yeah,
myself,
to
right?
express
So I think
yourself.
that that's definitely important in this day and age with what we're going through. Because, like I said, the pandemic, that's a war within itself and a battle within itself. But then
Yeah.
it's like the reality and what we're also seeing.
That's a battle too.
And,
Yeah.
in real time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. So with WrapHighness, I mean, like I said, I know you cater to the ladies, you cater to the fellas. You know what I'm saying? So I know
Yes.
how has that been? And I think, you know, we had a local celebrity from the DMV kind of support you as well on that. So how was that?
It's lovely. I love all the support that I'm getting. All my supporters push me to create new things. So when you see new products launching, it's usually because someone was like, hey, make that happen. And I'm like, okay, at my sewing machine, I'm making it happen, you know. So the feedback I've been getting and the support, it's been amazing. You know, I have friends who own beauty salons that they've been allowing me to put my products in their salons. So that's really helped with like expansion. I've had a lot of people on social media reach out to me and ask, could they promote my product? And they wanted to pay me for them to promote my product. And I'm like, that's new, but I'll take it.
For sure.
And it's just been so good. You know, I got my store now in Greenbelt. So it's just up. It's all moving up. I'm doing more men products. You know, I have a lot of fellas hit me up and they're like, hey, what you got for us? I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
gotcha.
I'm not going to lie, we need those. You know what I'm saying? I understand queens and kings, but I'm just
Yes.
saying, like, look, hey, some kings, we looking for, you know, some things too.
Okay,
Like I said, me, I
gotcha.
don't even got a turban, but I know you, I cop a turban.
You
feel
know,
what I'm
and I
saying? So
rap
it's
it for you. You know I rap it for you.
For sure. You know what I'm saying?
I got
For
my
little
men's
me,
line.
however it's going to look, but it's all good. You feel me? So I just think that that's also important as well.
Yeah.
I
All
think-
inclusive.
Yeah, I came through your platform and I saw A-Pap rocking one of your jokes.
Yes, my
Okay.
guy.
How did that make you feel? And you know, the relationship that you probably, you know, built as far as like networking.
Yeah, AFAP, man, he's the best. Y'all know he's DMV. Y'all know he's the best. He's taking over Cali too. So he did a promo for me, and it was funny. Someone else, she recorded the video of him. He was at the gym playing basketball, and I had put his name on the do-rag. And someone had compared his do-rag to someone else in the gym. And when he posted that video, I sold out of my do-rags in like 6 minutes tops.
Wow.
Sold out. I sent him a text and I was like, you the man, Pap. Like, you don't even know it. You the man. He knows it. But like the way you had me sell out that fast, and the video wasn't even meant to originally be a promo video. That's what made it even funnier. It was just a funny video that was made. But that's my guy. Make sure y'all follow him. He's
sure.
all love in the DMV. Like, he didn't leave the DMV and forget about people. He definitely is bringing, people with him. Mad love and respect for him, for sure.
No, I agree 100%. And I think that, that's definitely dope because that's a different lane, right? Because it's like you, creating, a business with, WrapHighness. And then it's like, okay, he's a comedian, right? So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna bring my world to your world real quick, and we're able to collaborate on something. So I think that's definitely dope too, and I think I would encourage to see more of that in the DMV as well, like more collaborations, because we have a lot of talented people, from actresses, actors, comedians, local rappers, athletes, you name it, politicians.
We got it.
We have it. You know what I'm saying? And we are in the space now where it's just like utilizing our talent, utilizing our gifts, and sharing it, with the world and the universe. It's like, why not?
Why not? And that's networking. Again, networking, because he's a comedian, which is totally out of like the rap, genre. But when you networking, you see how everything can correlate. Everything. So, stepping out of your comfort zone. Yeah,
definitely have to. So it's just like, what can you do next, right? And channel those things. So I think that's definitely important. So what does the typical day look like for you?
All right. So I get to my shop around 8. I'm sewing nonstop. Then I'm on my computer, fixing up my website, creating new concepts, doing email promotion, all that fun TikTok stuff. Then I get in the house and I'm sewing. I'm networking. It's nonstop sewing for me. But the thing about it is, I love sewing. Like, I love doing it. It's my stress reliever. It's my happy place. Like, when I'm in my shop, I'm the happiest I could ever be. And now I'm getting ready to start branching off into clothes. I've always made clothes, but I was really apprehensive about selling it because I never wanted to not be able to keep up with the demand of it. But, for the last couple months, I've been able to, get my inventory together and all that stuff. So I'm getting ready to launch WrapHighness clothes.
Okay.
It's going to, for men and women.
That's all right.
Got y'all fellas. I told you I was going to get y'all. I got y'all.
That's all right.
So that'll be coming soon. But honestly, my typical day is just sewing, going to different events, meeting people, social media working. It's just nonstop work,
Grind.
But I love it.
Go.
I wouldn't change it. I
For
really
sure.
wouldn't.
That's all right.
It's a blessing.
For sure. I mean, because, I know that, the grind is real so much. It's like, okay, what does self-care look like to me? I need to sit down because I think I'm maxed out. So, like, what does self-care look like to you?
Burnouts happen. They do. When the masks happened with COVID and they were, mask mandates, I burnt out. I got to the point I looked at my sewing machine and was like, it was beef. I didn't want to sew. And then I had to realize, no, I had to take care of me. So I took off for the day. I went to get my hair done. I got my lashes done. I got a massage. I got to sit in my room and just read a book, like, uninterrupted. I had my phone in the other room, so I didn't even hear it go off. And I realized that how we read books now and interpret them, and then how we look at phones, it's literally night and day. So when you look at a phone, you see all the animation. You see the pictures. But when you look at a book, you give your brain the ability to create what you're reading and make it a reality. When we were kids and we read stories, we had to create the vision in our head with those words. Nowadays you look at the phone and it's happening for you. Everything, you're not even reading it, you're just seeing it happen. So I really got to sit back and picture what I was reading and make it a reality in my head and put myself in like a really good space. I was reading a really good book. Put myself in a really good space And it felt good, you know? Like the whole day I dedicated to me. And I realized when I went back, you know, into the office, my whole mindset was better. I was ready to go. I felt good, you know, I was refreshed. And I was able to make up, you know, new concepts of designs for my wraps because I gave myself that day to wind down. So you have to. Even if you don't want to take a break, you have to.
Yeah.
You got to.
I ain't gonna lie, like you definitely will, because you will be burnt out. People be like, bro, like, how can you do the motivation every single day?
Yeah.
Like, how can you do it? Like, is there going to be one day you just like take off and not do it? But it's just like I always, remind myself like it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
But my self care is more so like reading books, journaling, watching my favorite TV show or something like that.
Yeah.
Going outside without the phone, I think that's kind of dope too, because you're just like escaping right from everything. It's just like you outside chilling, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just different ways. Self-care is definitely important for sure. So for those people that need to do that, always remind yourself that you are a priority.
Number one, you can't do anything if you're burnt out. I can't sew if my brain is fried. If I'm looped out, you can't. You have to put yourself first.
For sure.
You got to water yourself first and foremost. And going out without the phone, it's such a good time. People don't realize when you have your phone on you, you're connected. You never tap out when you have your phone on you. You're always connected. If you leave your phone and just do something, even on vacation. I remember one time I left my phone. I was on vacation. Best time ever. Wow. I got to enjoy every moment for what it was. I wasn't trying to capture a picture of it, record it for later. I was living in it. Just do that for one day.
That's a challenge.
Just leave your phone and
too.
Live and just live.
Yeah, because I think it's very, very important now because, like, in the social media age, it's like, all right, yeah, I'm going to a concert. Oh, you was at the concert? Oh, yeah, show me.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow, like, I got to show you that I was at the concert. Like, and, just live more, right?
And even when you're at the concert, you ever realize you're staring at your screen, record the concert, instead of actually looking at the concert happen? You ever thought about that? You're like this on your phone, making sure you got a great angle instead of just being like, dang. Just literally soaking in the moment.
Right.
Like that's why I said these phones, we are always connected.
Yeah.
You have to disconnect sometimes.
Yeah.
And we used to do, in our generation, we was like probably we were the last generations that lived in a time before phones.
Right.
And then when phones came.
Like the phone came and it's like everything upgraded. It's like, oh
everything.
Yeah. Remember having the phone and then you had to sit there and lift it up to get the signal?
Yeah.
Antenna. Then all of a sudden it's like, all right, then that Sidekick, T-Mobile, da-da-da-da. Then they got all these joints, Android, iPhone. All they're doing on the iPhone now is just upgrading the camera.
That's
phone
it.
is the same.
The same phone.
Phone is the same.
Phone.
They just upgrading the camera.
And the cameras are really not even that amazing.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, like,
if I have to be honest.
Man, Apple getting everybody for the camera though.
And then they're getting you with everything. They changed the chargers and then changed the ports to plug in the wall, so you have to buy that separate. I'm like,
it's
Apple,
a lot, right?
Apple.
And the technology is constantly evolving now.
Every second.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, but
it's scary too, a little bit.
It is,
a little bit,
because you see all these things, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, self-checkouts and like, whoa.
I always tell the youth, I'm like, this is the time to get into like IT or anything tech related, because the job market is completely changing.
For sure.
Everything is becoming technical, so they have no use for certain positions anymore. And in a while, certain positions will be obsolete. You won't need them anymore, So youth, get into some technology. Take those free programs that you see at your school offers. Take advantage of all of that.
Yeah, cybersecurity, for
absolutely.
Sure. Especially what's going on right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Ukraine and Russia, you know what I'm saying? Definitely tap into that too.
Yes.
So cybersecurity.
We're going to pray for our brothers that are in Ukraine that will refuse to, be allowed to get out. We're going to pray for them.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think that it's a lot going on, but, finding your niche, knowing what you want to do and just building your foundation, because, nowadays, the way that the world is evolving, people are learning in different ways, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Audio books, podcasting, you have traditional schools still and things of that nature. So it's different ways for people to learn. There's no more excuses now.
At all.
All the information is here.
It's in your,
let's go get
your phone.
You know what I'm saying?
It's in the
Definitely let's go
phone.
get it. For sure.
And I do love how the school system is starting to adapt to it as well, as far as giving the kids iPads and things like that. They're encouraging them, to start getting used to technology, and I love that it's slowly introducing them to the way of the future.
Right, for sure.
That's what it is.
I agree. So, your favorite movies, childhood movies or movies up until now, like your favorite ones.
Okay. First movie, Losing Isaiah with Halle Berry, came out in like 98, I believe it was, 98 or 99. I should name my son Isaiah because of that movie. I just love that movie. I love Halle Berry. Second, Step Brothers. That's my movie. That movie is nonstop laughter from beginning to end.
Right. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It definitely is.
It's the best. Third favorite, let me think. Napoli Ever After with Sanaa Lathan. It's on Netflix now, I believe. But I love the message because she started off, with her hair being permed, and her mother forced it on her. Perm hair is the best hair. You got to have perm hair. And she was miserable. She was having an identity crisis. And she cut all her hair off, and she owned who she was from head to toe. And it was a little girl in the movie who was going through almost the same thing a little bit. She hated having natural hair. And it just showed how when Sanaa Lathan cut all her hair off and owned herself, the impact it had on the little girl. It was just amazing. Like that movie, the whole movie was amazing. I always tell people check that out. Especially when they're struggling in this day and age for that, European perfect look. I'm like, no. Our hair is the perfect hair to go.
For sure.
Gotta love it. We can do everything with our hair. Literally, we can do everything with our hair. You gotta love yourself, head to toe. Don't be nobody else. Be you.
For sure.
That's it.
So those are your three?
Those are my three.
Okay. All right.
What are your three?
Oh, my three.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to say, number one, Get Rich or Die Trying. Just the love that 50 had for his mother.
Mom, yeah.
That's what really resonated with me. I'm a big 50 fan anyway, but that is one of my favorite ones. I'd say my second favorite movie would be Coach Carter. I like Samuel's role in that.
Yeah.
Especially with the the youth now. I know that they feel like ball is life, but it's more than that, as well. And then my third movie, I have to say Love Don't Cost a Thing. And a lot of people are like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah,
but
explain
I just
that.
think that.
Explain that.
Because it's how we are right now, right? I feel like with identifying what relationships are, networking, and building, right? So you had Nick Cannon, who was the geek, the nerd.
Yeah.
Nobody really looked at, right?
At all, yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit of the Nick Cannon when I was coming up. So it's okay, I get it. And then it's Christina Milian, Popular Girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's
Everybody's
the it
like,
girl.
yo, it's oh, she's the bomb.com. Let me be around her. Things of that nature. And it's as he felt okay, I like her. Let me try to do this. He's fighting two things. He's fighting character, himself every day, and then reputation. What do people think, right? So it's just okay, and she's fighting the same exact thing too. She's fighting character and reputation, because it's yo, all right. She was dating a basketball. I forgot who she was dating. The it guy, right? The popular guy. All right, popular girl, popular guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Nerd guy. I can't be seen with this person. I like this person though.
Yeah.
But I can't be seen with this person. So privately, I can go in and hang out with this person because privately we know what's up. Publicly, they don't know what's up. So we're gonna make it look like something, right? But then it's and then when push comes to shove, truth comes out. It's oh my gosh, I really, really cared for you. And then popular guy doesn't really like the popular girl because it's you've been messing around with this person this whole time. But I think the biggest message in the movie is the character and reputation part, where it's this is who I truly am.
Yeah.
Let me walk in my skin. Let me be who I really am.
Oh my gosh, now
As
I gotta
opposed to
watch this movie
and
again.
I watched it, you feel me? And that's what I really got. Because it's everybody's oh, you did this. So it's oh, I'm ruined, I'm tarnished. But Nick stood up for himself. And then it's she had to really look at it okay, well, he wasn't a bad guy after all.
At all.
And then it's I made a mistake, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I should have saw you for who you were, as opposed to being
Who I
a
wanted
shell
you
of
to be.
myself, okay, if I messed with you,
gotta
you
do
know,
this.
you have to be this, you have to be
Yeah.
that. So I think that it really resonates in our day and age now with it. Know what I'm saying?
Ooh, check
People
that
will thank me
movie
later.
out.
People will thank me later because, like, I think, you know, with Love Don't Cost a Thing, we do get blinded by a lot of materials and things of that
Yeah,
nature too, and representation where we're just like worried about our reps so much. But it's like, nah, what really matters to us? Like,
Yeah.
do I really value that? Do I really value this? Like,
Do
me
I
as a
really
human.
value it?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorites.
So I'm gonna go home and watch that right now, and then I'm gonna shoot you a text.
For sure. Like, let me know. Because
Like,
I'm trying to
yes.
tell you, like, Love Don't Cost a Thing. It's really a deep
Wow,
movie. And
that
I
was
think as you watching movies, right?
Yeah.
Not only with this, but, like, when you watch movies over again, you get a different perspective on it. Like, you know, Paid in Full, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Paid in Full, and I think of the DMV is, like, so relatable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you're in an era where it's like, we flashing money, we showing money. And it's like, okay, yeah, we gonna show you that we got it.
Yep.
But now it's like, they don't gotta know what
Nope.
you got.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So
Dangerous.
it's like, you
Dangerous
know,
showing all your
and
hands.
things like that. So I think movies really do teach you, you know, a lot. I know I was watching I think last month, You Got Served, right?
Omarion?
Omarion and Marcus Houston, right?
Yeah.
So I realized how Steve Harvey was so important in that movie too. Because he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
He was
and he was sitting there
the
talking
ref,
about,
right?
Yeah, like the ref. But he realized, like, you know, the boys and them dancing and the expression is like, that's who they
Yeah.
really were. So, like, they came across the, you know, the other crew that kind of beat them
I
in the
remember
dance
them.
battle at
Mhm.
first. And then, you know, at the end, they were competing for the money.
Yeah.
But they realized, like, this is, you know, how they get down. This is what they do. So they were expressing themselves. But Omarion and Marcus Houston, they were going through so much because it was just like, okay, hey, you know, we still brothers at the end of the day. You know, you were wrong, I was wrong. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but we're still worth it.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of reminds me of, you know, some of the movies that we, you know, truly love in our culture and indulge too. Like even with ATL, right?
I love that
And
one.
ATL is one of those movies too. Like, you know, T.I. and, you know, Lauren London and things like that. And I was watching a series that just went off with season 1, Bel Air.
Oh, yep.
The Urban.
I did not watch the last episode. No spoilers.
I'm not
I
going
haven't
to.
watched the last one.
I'm not going
no
to spoil it
spoilers,
for
like
you.
we haven't already seen the whole show.
I just think that it's very, very important when we are seeing ourselves on screen and representation that we are dealing with so many issues.
Yeah,
And it's
they
so much.
really
You
made
know,
it
they
relatable.
were. You know, like you're in a beautiful mansion, beautiful home. You got a pool. You got
But it's
so
so
much
much
access.
still.
But you don't know the access and everything you have. You know, it's like, wow, like, am I happy? Do my materials and what I have make me happy? But no, I still have to own my happiness.
Yep.
I still have to, you know, own up to it. My knight in shield and armor. You know, so it's just very, very important how we see ourselves, you know, on screen.
Identify
and things.
ourselves, own it, and all that stuff. And
Right.
that's why, it is important to make sure that, you know, you're finding something relatable within things that you watch, you know, so you can take it back.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do love how Bel Air it's still the same, but they've modernized it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I hope
At first, I was skeptic about it. I was like, okay, because I was so used to the, you know,
I was like,
old
that's not
joint.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah, and
That's
then the
not
old
him.
credits is like, I got one little fight. My mom
Yeah.
got scared. And now you're moving with your
And neither
auntie,
was
and
Will.
I'm gonna-
I was like
yeah.
that's not Will. But
Yeah.
I love it now.
But I see the transparency though.
Yeah.
And I see that type of Will.
Yep.
And I think the person that really surprised everybody, Carlton. Because you see the old Carlton.
Yeah.
And then you see the new Carlton.
But you know the old Carlton did have a drug problem. Did you remember that episode?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, he didn't do drugs. And I was like, y'all didn't watch Fresh Prince. Because he definitely
No,
passed
did.
out and was in the hospital.
Yeah, he
Remember
did.
all that?
I do remember
yeah,
that. I do remember that. But I'm just saying, like, the antsy Carlton.
Yeah.
though. I didn't see
he wasn't that aggressive. Yeah, he definitely wasn't.
You do see similarities, though, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like that relationship that he really wanted to, you know, build with Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
You know, and things like that. And
That was critical.
I think Vivian's character this time around is still...
She's different.
Yeah, she's different.
She's definitely different.
And Hillary's
I was like,
definitely
Aunt
different,
Viv.
too. Yeah. Hillary's definitely different, too.
I love how they've made her like a social media glam.
Right.
I love that because that's really relatable because a lot of people are really like, that's their everyday life. So they
Right.
really can relate to her.
Right.
Ashley, I think we're still trying to get to know.
Right, for
She
sure.
hasn't been in the show a lot. So it's
sure.
kind of, hard for me to really get the feel for her yet.
Yeah. I've always liked Ashley, though.
I
liked her
loved
character.
her. Yeah, she was fun.
Yeah.
She was fun. Jeffrey, surprised me because this Jeffrey, he's
This
like
Jeffrey
the
is
man
dope.
of everything.
Yeah, he's
he's not in the kitchen at
yeah,
all.
Yeah, he's not in the kitchen for real.
all.
He's making sure that everything is handled accordingly. But he's a
Yes.
little more gangster.
He
with it. That's what I would
is.
say.
He don't say too much, but he say enough.
No, he's gonna say enough. His actions definitely speak
I
louder
love
than
him.
words, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, so I think it's just very, very important in this day and age, and what we're seeing, representation and how
Yeah.
people are dealing with things, and the same attention that we can give, to the celebrities and things of that nature. Just give it to your own people.
Yes.
I'm gonna just say that because it's like, you supporting them, you can support them too. They got a business going on. It
Yeah.
doesn't cost you nothing to like, share,
At
subscribe to
all.
something,
At
whatever,
all.
because that support we're longing for.
Yeah.
We looking forward too.
And I hate how people are really, really, difficult on small businesses. If a small business makes a mistake, we're never going back to them. Oh, they're horrible. But McDonald's has messed up our orders 1 billion and one times, and
For
we
sure.
still go. We still go. So, be supportive, and instead of being, critical, give constructive criticism. Help that business grow by giving positive feedback instead of, tearing them down, because they will write some nasty reviews about businesses. So I'm like, you don't have to be like that. Support your brothers and sisters. Instead of spending $3,000 on a bag, get a bag created by, someone in the community that's
for sure.
trying, to get to that $3,000 mark,
That's how we spread
have the
generational
money.
wealth too.
We
And that's
have
the thing.
money.
Yeah, we got the money.
We got the money. We
Yeah.
just spend it poorly.
Yeah, financial literacy. You know what I'm saying?
Can they teach that in school? Can they?
I'm hoping they do.
Like,
I'm hoping
Florida's
they do.
doing it now.
Yeah, I heard.
That's the
yeah.
one thing about Florida. I'm like, okay, because otherwise, Florida a little off. But
Yeah, for sure. No, I think
It's
it's going to be
critical.
universal, and I think that it's going to definitely be implemented in the education systems in the
Yeah.
counties and the states worldwide for sure. I would definitely advocate for that because I think
have
that's
to.
definitely important. And the way of the world and how things are evolving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Coding, that's a big thing. I didn't realize it, back then with MySpace. That's another way of coding.
That was the beginning, and we didn't even
But
know
we didn't
it.
peep it.
We didn't
We
even
didn't
know it.
You know what I'm saying? So
We
it's
didn't
like,
even know
there's
it.
certain things that we was just like, all right, well, we dipping and dabbing into things, and we like, well, we
Yeah.
didn't even know for real.
We didn't.
So, it's just all this is coming back full circle. But I think that, we have a responsibility to at least give the information to the next generation so that way
Absolutely.
they know.
That's
as
our
well.
obligation. Our
You know what I'm
obligation
saying?
is to teach them what we should have known, or we know what we needed to know. We got to pass that information on, and start passing on generational wealth. Build it now, so pass it on.
For sure. One dream concert that you would have wanted to attend, or like a lineup, like this, you going to this concert and these people got to be there, or you not walking in the building.
A concert. I'm being very cliche. I wanted to see Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I love him, and I never got to see him in concert. But if I could, it would be him. That'd be it.
Michael Jackson. I think I ain't gonna lie. I would
That was so
love.
cliche.
I would love to see Aaliyah, Biggie, and Pac all on one stage.
Who's your favorite, Biggie or Pac?
I'm going with Biggie.
Oh,
I'm going with Biggie. I
Tupac.
related. I think I
Good
like I like Pac too.
Yeah.
But Biggie was more relatable to me.
To you?
I feel like,
Okay.
yeah, it's just like like
Pac
he
was
had
me.
his confidence was on another.
Yeah, it was.
roof.
It was.
And
I
it's
will
like
give it to
whoa,
them.
like, and I think him freestyling and just rapping like.
Yeah.
There's so many songs. I think, we always hear, Juicy and, it was all a dream. That was the one signature song,
Yeah.
right? But I think my favorite song from him was The Sky's the Limit. And I
okay.
feel like it resonates with me a lot. And then it's just like the hook that 112 is singing.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Okay.
have what you want, be what you want. Like
It
that
hit-
whole
it's for
notion
you.
of that feel good. So I just think
Yeah.
that, with Biggie is different. You know
I'm
what
a
saying? For
Tupac
sure.
because the poetry, it hits me.
Oh no,
It
Pac
hit me,
definitely
like-
has those definitely impactful songs from
Yeah.
Brenda's Got Baby to Hail Mary to Changes.
Yep.
He has a lot. I Get Around, things of that nature. But I think with both of those rappers and a lot of the artists now, they're growing to unapologetically be themselves.
Be themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
Be
So I think
themselves,
that's
yep. Be true to
very,
you.
very important too.
Yep.
And with the new rappers, I like the new rappers. I like Lil Baby.
Yeah.
I like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. female wise, you know, Cardi B, she's cool.
She's cool.
I like her.
Lotto.
I like Lotto too.
I love
Lotto's
me
cool.
some Lotto. That's
Lotto
my
cool.
girl.
I like Corey LeRae too.
Yes,
Corey
I
LeRae too,
genuinely
for sure.
love her. She's a sweetheart.
But any motivation for the people?
Stay true to yourself. Never give up on your dreams, and don't take no for an answer. No just means not yet or not right now. It's never a no.
For sure, for sure, for sure. For me, I'm going to say inspire before you expire, because you never know who you're going to inspire.
Yep.
So keep on going and keep on pushing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let them know where they can follow you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at WrapHighness. Same thing for Snapchat, TikTok, my website, www.wraphighness.com. And you'll find the address to my store on my site as well. So come through, shop. Just let me know, you follow Flo and I got you on a discount. Y'all know.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, look, so like I said, it's been great knowing everything that you've been doing. Continue to shine, queen. Continue to do what you need to do. You already know.
Man,
the
you know
harder you grind, bigger your dream. Harder you grind,
The
bigger
bigger
your
you
dream.
dream.
Harder you grind,
The
bigger you dream. And the harder you grind,
The
bigger
bigger
you
you
dream.
dream.
And we out.
We out,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, yeah.
Peace and love.